The big story surrounding the San Francisco 49ers is regarding Brock Purdy and his shoulder, and John Lynch joined KBR to give some updates, and it does sound like Brock Purdy's availability against the Packers is in serious doubt. They've even gone as far as having an MRI on the shoulder. Obviously, in the lead up to these past two practices and the practice today, he did not participate in throwing in anything on Wednesday, came out, started to throw a little bit, and went inside to the locker room to get treatment on it. And now we're just in kind of wait and see mode. But take a listen to John Lynch explaining in detail what is going on with Brock Purdy, his shoulder, and is he going to be able to play? And if not, who is going to come in and take those snaps? Take a listen to what he had to say on KBR right here.
The Niners will be in Green Bay at 1:25 on Sunday, where there's a lot of uncertainty, and I know that it's Friday, it's not Sunday, and so you don't know the answer to this. But I guess the question I would ask you about Brock Purdy is, what can you share with the fans and with us about the status of, do you know when he got banged up in the shoulder, and how serious is it?
No, it was, somewhere during that Seattle game, and I'm not sure Brock knows. I know that, he kind of fought through it throughout the course of the game. And I'm not saying anything debilitating, but I think, I did see him during the course of the game throwing a lot in between. Anytime there was a pause in the game, he kept throwing. And so I think, at that point, probably, you're feeling something, but I think he was so focused on trying to win that game. We've had a plan to try to quiet it down, and Wednesday didn't do any throwing, kind of went out there and just did practice. Thursday started to do some throwing, and then went inside and did some rehab per the plan. So we'll see where he's at today. Hopefully he makes progress, and we can have a shot at this weekend, but we'll see. I think it is tenuous.
And would Brandon Allen be the backup?
Yeah, Brandon Allen and Josh Dobbs would both be ready, but Brandon would get the first snaps. Yeah.
John, we've seen Brock play through injuries before. Thursday Night Football up in Seattle, playing through the broken rib. But are you guys viewing this injury as something that Brock's dealing with on a pain tolerance level, or have you guys gone down the path of maybe exploring an MRI to see if there's any structural damage with Brock's shoulder?
Yeah, we've done that, and we feel good about where it's at from that standpoint. But still, you have to be able to go out and and operate, and so we're kind of figuring all that out. And Brock's going to show up here today, and we'll see where he can go in terms of practice, and we'll make some decisions accordingly.
Sorry to keep probing on this. I know it's the head coach's gig to tell us stuff, but since we have you on the radio, you say we've done that. I was just trying to clarify. Does that mean you did an MRI on him?
Yeah, we did an MRI, and that obviously going to keep those things private, but we,
okay. So is there an NFL rule on what you guys have to disclose or not disclose?
There's so many rules right now because of it's crazy. We always have had rules, but all of a sudden sports gambling gets going, and there's so many rules. I don't know what the rules are.
So I'm sure, as you guys have all been tracking along, just like I have, it does not sound good. We are not trending in the right direction. Now, obviously, things can change if Brock Purdy comes out to practice and he's able to participate. And, who knows? Maybe it gets better over the course of the next, 48 hours to where he does feel like he can play in Green Bay. But man, it is a uphill battle for Brock Purdy. I mean, he's also going to be playing in the cold. I would have to imagine that would also have an impact on his throwing shoulder. So, it does sound serious, to the point where they've had to get an MRI to determine the severity, to make sure there's no structural damage. According to John Lynch, it sounds like he was able to clear any structural damage and that there's nothing happening in that regard. So that is a good sign, but it does, again, sound like Brock Purdy's availability is really in doubt for this game, which is a huge blow to the San Francisco 49ers because this is a must-win game. Their season is on the line, and that is a tough break if if Brock won't be able to go for this game. And even if he is able to go, it sounds like he will be playing through pain regardless. So, as you heard from John Lynch, it would be Brandon Allen who would be the first quarterback up if Brock couldn't go. I think the fan base would say that they would like to see uh, Joshua Dobbs out there potentially first, but as we know, Brandon Allen won the quarterback 2 job this offseason, and it seems to be a situation where, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Josh Dobbs looked good in preseason. Brandon Allen looks like he probably knows the offense better. And so we'll see what actually occurs from that situation. But nonetheless, big news for today is regarding Brock Purdy, his shoulder, and if he will be able to go. And I'm curious to see how you guys interpreted what John Lynch had to say, and if you are feeling the concerns about his availability moving forward for this game, because it does sound like there's a real strong chance that he might not go. And if you're obviously a 49er fan or you're a member of the 49er staff or locker room, it's not a good spot to be in. We haven't seen Brandon Allen play any actual snaps to my recollection with the San Francisco 49ers. So this would be his first like real opportunity outside of preseason to get in there and play. And, the thought of the unknown heading into this game, when you need all hands on deck and you need your quarterback to play at the highest level, to have to turn to a guy who hasn't started a game for the San Francisco 49ers yet is just nerve-wracking to say the least. But again, we still have a little bit of hope. We got to see what Brock Purdy's participation is like in practice to see if anything has changed or moved in the right direction. We're supposed to hear from the starting quarterback today, whether that's Brock, whether that's Brandon Allen. So that will be an indication as well of who will be playing in this game. So a lot to monitor in this one. So we'll keep you updated. So make sure you like the post, turn on post notifications, and we'll alert you as the second something comes down.